It's another happy Beatles Day today. Happy Beatles Day. Oh, we are so fortunate. Let me tell you guys a story, okay? Today's Friday, the 10th of November, and I was out digging today. And the first place I went to, there's this Goodwill right down the street from me, right? And I walk in, and I'm going down the aisle. Okay, see how I'm dressed? This is exactly what I had on. So I'm walking down the aisle, and this, I'm assuming, was like an Amish woman. Okay, she looked like Little House on the Prairie. She had the bonnet tied, the dress that went to the ground. And she was walking this way, and I'm going this way, right? So I kind of just look at her and smile and nod my head, hello. And she's laughing at me. Kind of upset me a little bit. I said, she's sitting here laughing at me. It's just unbelievable, right? And so I didn't say nothing to her. She just kept on doing her own way, and I went on my own way. And I made about 5 steps past her. I'm going down the aisle. And here's this this elderly woman that works at the Goodwill, right? Some old elderly black lady. Gray hair. She's got this mask on. And she walks down the aisle. She looks at me. She goes, "Oh, I love that shirt." She goes, "That is such a nice shirt." She goes, "It just makes you feel good." And I said, "Thank you very much. You're a sweetheart, honey." And let me just say this. Man, to get this off my chest. It's these fucking religious people are fucking nuts. Everything that's going on over there in fucking Gaza and Israel is, is subject to fucking these religious fucking whack jobs. Here's this Amish woman. She comes down the aisle and she looks at me, and my hair. Okay, I got my fucking hair. And immediately judges me. Think about this. I'm being immediately judged by this religious person because of my appearance. Not knowing who I am in my soul, not knowing me. She's going to immediately judge me to the point that she's laughing at me in the store. And, the thing is religion today, nowadays, has become a place of incredibly inflated egos. As if keeping your hair covered and this long dress on and being very rudimentary with how you live your life to these rules that you're going to earn your way to heaven, that somehow you're better than me. Not knowing even who I am, that you have the audacity to have such an inflated ego with your religion that you're going to laugh at me. It did bother me. I didn't say anything, but it bothered me. I was like, this is what's wrong with the world. You got these people with these egos judging people according to their religion. I'm going to God. In her world, I'm one of God's children too. Okay, really, in her world, do you think that God would want to walk down the aisle and treat people the way that she did? Do you think God is going to walk down the aisle and laugh at me? No. If I'm walking up and God's there and I'm saying, "Hey, hello," and I'm smiling, what do you think? He's going to do the same thing. How you doing, man? And that's the thing with these religious people is they've got things twisted. So people that go to church And they think that this is God, and that is not God. These are religious egos. These are people that really are not connected to God at all, because if they were, they wouldn't be walking around judging people the way that they do. And I'm sorry that I'm telling you about this, but I figured it would be funny for entertainment value. Tell you about the situation, right? So, this little beautiful black lady, immediately, just blessed me. And then I walked past her, okay? And I've got these big zebra, the big zebra, the big giant zebra things, growing in my backyard, these plants. They're 10 foot tall. And I've got these snippers. You got to cut them down, at the end of the year. You cut them down. And this morning, I was like, man, I would love to find me some electric hedge clippers, man. That would just make my life so much better, man. And just as soon as I walked past this wonderful black lady, there they sit, man. $14.99. You plug them in. And I asked her, I said, do these work? She goes, oh, yeah, we test everything. So immediately it was like God was blessing me, for being cool, not being racist, judgmental, understanding that we're all God's children. There it was. The first thing I found today was exactly what I needed. Here in Ohio, the leaves are falling. We're getting ready to transition into winter. And I really needed those. For $14.99, I was all over it. Today's the Beatles Day. They're releasing the blue and the red. They're $60 on Amazon. I looked them up this morning for a friend of mine. I have an original blue album on blue vinyl. It's on the Capitol label. This is the real 1973 deal. So, that being said, I don't need another copy. But I'll tell you what, if I didn't have this, I would buy it. They had it actually as a box set. And I do have a Capitol red album. This is the Beatles, 62 to 66. And this is all black vinyl. But this is fine. And this thing sounds amazing. I couldn't even imagine that the new one would even sound this good. Let me put something into perspective. I just want you to think about this for a second. So I know that this whole Beatles thing has got people on emotional. One way or another. There's some emotional stuff going on in the world of music right now with this Beatles stuff. Let me tell you something. Now check this out. In the year 2055, okay, 2055, I will be 81 years old. If I make it that long, right? Okay, think about this. I don't know how to play guitar. And when I'm 81 years old, I'm not going to be playing a guitar. I'm not going to be singing. I'm not even going to be making a major song. Okay? I'm going to be totally irrelevant when I'm 81 years old in 2055. Okay? The Beatles, man, 1962. Okay? It's just mind-boggling shit here, people. 1962, the Beatles came out. And in 2023, at the age of 81 years old, Paul McCartney has just made a single song, for the Beatles that is astronomically relevant to this world, man. Whether you think it is or whether you think it's not, it is, man. It's incredible that an 81-year-old man could make such a wonderful song. You know, Ringo and him taking that tape, mixing the tape properly. You know, George Harrison's not here, and Paul's playing George's part. I mean, just the whole culmination of this thing, man. You know, I was thinking about that. I'm thinking in 2055, I'm gonna be so irrelevant that they may not even remember that I existed. But yet the Beatles, man, they are so relevant, man, and they're doing some fucking incredible things. And I just think they're such a blessing, man. There's just so much fucking craziness going on in the world that we need something good, man. And I've always thought that the Beatles were just a blessing. You know, everybody's wondering how the Beatles got so big and how they exploded and all this stuff. You know, honest to goodness, I really believe that they are a blessing from God. I really do. You know, whether you believe in God or you don't believe in God, it's like, we need these guys. You know, we've needed them for a long time. And now we have this resurgence of this incredible music in such a dark time in our lives, you know, that we can't even go to the Goodwill without these religious people laughing at us. Sad, man. Oh, just really upset me today. So I went and I picked up some records today. Went out digging. Okay, I was out getting laughed at. While I was out, I stopped at the record store. And I did pick up some really, really good music today. And I'll share it with you if you guys want to hang out. Let's show you what I got going on. I know this video's kind of going long. What else we got to do, man? We're the bottle community. I'm the czar of the bottle community, man. You know? Oh, we are so blessed, people. I mean, really, we are. You know, that little Amish woman, she's never heard a Beatles song in her life. How sad. You know, breaks my heart. You know, she's never heard a Beatles song. It felt the beauty of God shining through them and bringing joy to your soul. She's never experienced that because of egotistical, man-made religion. You know, and in her mind, she's earning her way to heaven. Think about that. I mean, really, that takes away from everything of God's grace and goodness and love. As if you did something to get your way to heaven. And more than likely, it's not even anything that we can conceive it even in our own mind. You know, when we die, it's going to be like, you know, ooh, let me see these streets of gold and all. Give me some more capitalism and let's go shoot a deer and fucking, you know, really? No, man, that's not what it's going to be about, man. So I picked this up today. This is Taj Mahal, Recycling the Blues and other related stuff. This is a 1972 Columbia Red. And I haven't listened to this yet. So I picked that up at Omega Music today. You know, Taj Mahal. It's just some old bluesy stuff, you know what I'm saying? $7.99. Oh yeah. And then this was an album. I've been seeing this pop up a lot here lately. And I've got a lot of Radiohead stuff. I've got many Radiohead albums. And I've been watching it for whatever reason. I don't know if it's an algorithm or something popping up on my YouTube or whatever, but Kid A keeps popping up on my YouTube. So I'm getting sucked into watching these videos of different people talking about this album. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, I don't even have that album. It's like, this is like one of the best albums ever. And I was like, I got to do something about it. They had a copy. Now, I wanted to honestly get the CD because everybody kept saying to get the CD, but I went ahead and got this. The CD was $20. This was $30. So, yeah, I haven't opened it yet. I have heard it before, though, man. man. And I do have, what is it, Amnesia? The album that came out after this. I have that on CD. And they also had this as a double album for $58. Okay, you could get Kid A, and I might be saying that wrong. And if I am, I do apologize. I say Amnesia. I don't know. Maybe it's Insomniac. I don't know, man. But anyway, I got this. This is a great album. If you're not familiar with this, check it out, man. This is just, it's a killer album, man. You know, do some research on it. You know, maybe you'll get some stuff popping up on your phone. Then I got this today. This was crazy, man. This was crazy. I was sitting there looking through the new arrivals bid, right? And it's 20 great hits by Conway. 20 great hits by Conway Twitty for $3 in Omega Music. This is a 1972 promo. And it's never been opened. It's still sealed for $3. I was, you know, because they keep the new arrival bid right there up in the front. And these three guys, there was three people working. There was a lady and two men working. And I pulled this out and pointed at it. I said, I just want to let you guys, I love you guys. I love you guys. That you guys hate country music so much that you'll take a sealed promo of Conway Twitty and put a fucking $3 sticker on the son of a bitch. And the guy up there at the front, he goes, honestly, I can't get into Conway's music just because of the way his appearance is. And I said, you know, I kind of get it, man. The guy does look like some type of Elvis reject. I do get it. I said, but his voice and his music is so good, man, and it doesn't even matter what the guy looks like. So yeah, man, this is a double album. A double album. Here's the promo sticker. Not for sale, DJ. I mean, what? Look at the track list. The track list. This is like one of the most phenomenal Conway Twitty albums ever, and I paid $3 for it, and it's still sealed. It's on the MGM label. Yeah, it was just wonderful, man. And then I found this today. Check this out. Now, I like Frank Sinatra. This was $8.50. It's on the Capitol. Frank Sinatra, 20 classic tracks. This thing is still sealed as well. It's brand new. Yeah, brand new. This is this was released in 1981. Now, probably originally this was an older album, right? You know what I'm saying? This was an older album. But this particular album right here is a 1981. I mean, Come Fly With Me, Around the World. I mean, April in Paris, Too Close for Comfort, Cheek to Cheek, Day in, Day. I mean, you know what, I've been in the mood for some Frank Sinatra, believe it or not, man. Sometimes, you know, I get into this, this Godfather. You know, over the Godfather movie, I kind of get that vibe going, man. And I've kind of been here lately. And so, yeah, Frank Sinatra and the Godfather, man, they're hand in hand. Then I found this here today. Look at this beautiful Hank Williams album here. This has got Pete Max. Pete Max did the artwork for this cover. This is also on the MGM. And this is kind of a more of a bluesy. Let me sing a blues song. This is kind of more of your bluesy, slower, old time country music, man. Wedding Bells, Lost Highway. Mansion on a Hill, A House Without Love. And then that one song, 6 More Miles. Oh my God, I love that song. I love it. You know, Ralph Stanley does a fantastic rendition of 6 More Miles. And I paid $12 for this. It was a little bit more expensive, but the condition's really nice. So anyway, man, we're at 20 minutes. And yeah, I'm not going to show you everything. I found a nice tape deck today, too. I'm not going to show you that. And I've got a bunch more records back there that I found this week. The OJs, a lot of classical music and stuff. I'm not going to show you those right now. Maybe I'll show those later. I'm kind of in the process of cleaning them. But be nice. Don't laugh at people. Don't judge people. You know what I'm saying? We're all brothers and sisters. If you really think about it, and we're all God's creatures, creations. You know, we're all God's, you know, men and women, you know, children, whatever you want to say, man. We're all, you know, don't run around judging people like that, man. Love people. Rise above that fucking bullshit, man. Killing is not a solution, man. Killing people is not God's solution to the problem. Destroying them. You know, the Republican debate they had. Destroy them. What a shame. Shame on us for saying things like that. Brother Bride's out of here, man.